This You Into Golf PGA Championship update is brought to you by Mountain Land Supply, Zions Bank, Black Desert Resort, Hoops Vision, and Siegfried and Jensen. Now, here's Real Golf Radio's Bob Casper.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. The segment brought to you by Peach Doors and Windows, Utah's premier door and window retailer, combining beauty and technology on doors and windows since 1993. Call them today for your free in-home estimate, 801-566-1255. It's time to talk a little golf, Ben. The PGA Championship going down this week. And, of course, when that happens, we go to the Real Golf Radio guys. Joining us now, of course, co-host of Real Golf Radio, Bob Casper. What's going on, Bob?
I'm doing well, boys. How are you?
We're doing well. I'm excited for this tournament because it seems like there's a lot of names riding hot streaks and having won tournaments going into the tournament this weekend.
Yeah, there's not only names, but there's a lot of stories going on. So, you got Jordan Spieth, who had a press conference today. If he wins this week, he gets a career Grand Slam as far as winning all 4 major championships. Only 5 guys have done that so far. You got Rory riding a hot streak right now, coming in, winning last week, and then also winning with his partner in New Orleans a few weeks ago. Scotty Scheffler his wife just had a baby yesterday, and he's coming in having won 4 out of 5. There's just a lot going on with this one, and it's going to be really interesting to see how it all shakes out.
All right, Bob, I need your help. I've got a 2-part question, and honestly, I really try to follow this stuff, and even I'm confused. So the PGA announced that it's merging with LIV, and yet LIV is still signing golfers, and that has not happened. So I'd like an update of where we're exactly at with LIV. And then the second part of my question is, how are the LIV guys qualifying now? Because last I checked, LIV wasn't playing into the world rankings. So how is that working?
Okay, so a couple of things. The PGA Tour is not merging with LIV. The PGA Tour has the opportunity, and they're working with the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia to fund the PGA Tour. There's no merging with LIV Golf. And that's where that's where people think that this is all kind of interesting, and that there's going to be this big merger. The Public Investment Fund funds the LIV Golf Tour, and they want to be a minority stakeholder in the PGA Tour. It's not LIV and PGA Tour merging. Now, as far as LIV players are concerned, you've got guys that have won major championships, John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, some other guys that have an exemption to play in all the major championships. So they get to play PGA of America, they get to play the U.S. Open, they get to play Masters, they get to play the British Open. Then there are guys that are still eligible through World Golf Rankings or through the criteria the PGA of America has set, and that's how those guys get in. I think there's probably about 15 or 16 of them that are going to be playing this week. So I hope that kind of helps you understand a little bit about what's going on with LIV and the LIV players.
So how's the course going to play this week, Bob? Is it playing to anybody's style in particular?
I've been listening to interviews today, and every single one of the guys say this is a big golf course. In other words, it's really long. It's going to play 7,500 to 7,600 yards, and it's going to play a par 71, which means you have one less par 5 to be able to take advantage of and make birdies on. It's a golf course that a lot of guys are saying that you walk up on every tee and you hit driver. Just where like a U.S. Open or something like that, there's a little bit more strategy behind it, and maybe hitting a 3-wood or a 2-iron or a driving iron off the tee. These guys on this golf course, because it is playing so long and because it's going to be moist and lush, they've had rain today. They're expecting rain again tomorrow, and then the tournament starts on Thursday. So because of that, you got to drive the ball straight. You got to get the ball in the fairway, and you've got to hit driver off every tee. Guys that are long that can hit it straight, are going to have an advantage because they're going to have shorter clubs coming into the greens. But for the most part, guys are going to be in the mid iron to low iron range coming into greens. And Jordan Spieth just said the greens are absolutely perfect. They're flawless. So I would expect you're going to see some low scores this week simply because of the moisture, and guys will be able to throw darts at the flags. They're not going to be able to hide them and tuck them enough that these guys aren't going to be able to get to them and make a bunch of birdies.
Bob, you are the best. We look forward to checking in with you throughout the week, you and Brian both. Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
See you, buddy. That's Bob Casper, Real Golf Radio, every Saturday morning. He and Brian Taylor, and their episodes are always good, but around the majors, they're particularly good.